Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a Faction Dancer 2 for you today. This is a great all-mountain ski. It's 96 millimeters underfoot, 2 sheets of metal. So it kind of has the base ingredients for being involved in that high-end all-mountain discussion, similar to a Mantra M7, Blizzard Anomaly 94, Nordica Enforcer 94, 99. Technically and on paper, this ski does belong in those discussions. On snow, it feels a little bit different because it does have some of that Faction freeride pedigree in it. So it does kind of open up the potential for more playful skiing while keeping a very business-like approach to the construction. So I think there's a lot of upside to a ski like this Dancer 2 as it allows for more playful and creative skiing while also just having a strong and sturdy build, super supportive ski from a construction standpoint. It is built with a lightweight poplar wood core, and then we get 2 sheets of metal on top and on the bottom. It does taper from full sidewall to cap. Faction does a nice job at aligning that taper to cap with the rocker profile and taper shape picking up right there. So there is a nice mix and balance of playfulness and mobility in the tips and tails, and then rock solid performance in an underfoot zone. Really strong and supportive ski for sure. This is the 182. And we're on the scale here at just under 2,000 grams, 1,967 grams. So it's right there. It's right there with some of the heavier skis in this range. And then when you add in that mid-90s shape, it really starts to kind of open up some doors for just possible true all-mountain skiing. Pretty stiff. I definitely found that this thing has a really stiff flex, and it's fun because you can still access kind of the stiffer parts. It does make it easier to get into kind of the meat of the ski in a turn. And I also found that with this ski, going back to the classic mount point was really helpful. I actually own a pair of these, started out at the progressive, which is the middle line, and then realized that I'm actually more of a classic skier, so aligning the mount point worked better. And I also have this 182, which kind of puts, if you put it more at progressive, then you're kind of reducing the overall, tip of the ski, I guess is the best way to say it. But by putting it back at classic, it really opened up the carving potential of this ski and really kind of increase the energy and electricity. So I moved it back. I think that's the place to be if you're more of a directional skier, although I did have a nice time, bumps and trees and crud and stuff like that on that progressive line. But as soon as I moved it back to classic, it really opened up the carving performance of this ski. Shape and profile, it is mid-90s underfoot. It's going to work well in a lot of different places. But the carving potential of this ski, I think, was one of the best parts, especially in that classic mount. When it was, in bumps and trees and stuff like that, the best part is the early taper, and I'll show you that in a second. But we do see that nice positive camber underfoot, and then that rocker aligns with that transition to cap pretty well, especially when you decamber it and it starts to separate right at that cap portion. But yeah, I think this taper shape is the big part of the Dancer 2 and how it separates itself from the Enforcers, the Anomalies, the Mantras of the world that are less tapered. So this opens up off-trail versatility, just keeping the tip of the ski off the snow and allowing it to ride up and over anything soft or adverse that may get in your way, as opposed to cutting through like those other skis tend to prefer. A little bit of tail rocker back here, but not a lot. It is more of a rounded tail shape, so not a lot of similarities with that more extended taper in the shovel. This is a little bit more classic in look and feel. But nice, good energy out of that tail for sure. It's got a 19-meter turn radius in the 182, so You can kind of play around with turn shape and style a little bit more than some other skis that lock you into a shorter radius. So it doesn't feel like it wants to be involved in that carved turn, especially across the fall line. It is more of a downhill charging style of a carver, but then you can open it up in shorter turns thanks to that taper. So yeah, I like it when a company that's more traditionally known for free ride skis comes up with something that is more chargy and more directional. It just stands out from a pretty crowded field of mid-90s underfoot chargers. We do have some tester feedback here as well. Tester Jeff Carpenter says, I had a lot of fun on the Dancer 2, skiing relatively fast through soft, widely spaced moguls and making big turns on more even terrain. The flatter tail makes the ski feel reactive and poppy in bumps and through the turns, which added to its playful appeal. I do think that there is that nice combination of playful and seriousness in this ski because you do get a lot of power out of that carved turn. It's capable of making some high edge angles and some really deep carves, but at the same time, you know, that taper, especially in the shovel, does allow it to open up and be used in kind of variable conditions in terrain, which is what a mid-90s underfoot ski should ideally be able to do. Just with Faction's own spin on it. So pretty stoked this ski exists. Make sure to check out this Dancer 2 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.